Welcome back. This is Sakota the Gamer here with another Yu-Gi-Oh deck profile. I'm just gonna give you guys a quick rundown of my DDD deck that I just created not too long ago. So yeah, let's get going. So I run 3 DDD Pandoras or DD Pandora. Okay, so it's basically used to when it's destroyed by battle. I can base it. Sorry guys, give me a minute. When this card is destroyed by battle and sent to the graveyard, or when this card is in possession and is destroyed by an opponent's card effect and sent to the graveyard, you can control no cards. So if I control nothing but the DD Pandora when it's destroyed by a card effect or by a battle, I can draw 2 cards. Okay, so next card I'm going to show you guys is DDD Swirl Slime. DDD Swirl Slime, what he does is you can send him to the graveyard as well as 2 other DD monsters in order to fusion summon. So he's basically a poly, but he's a monster. Okay. Next, I have 2 copies of DD Necro Slime. He's basically the same thing, but you banish cards from your graveyard instead, and it's counted basically as a poly. Next, I run 2 DD Baphomet. Okay. DD Baphomet, what that does is it allows me to change the level from 1 to an 8 of another DD monster. Really good for Exceed summoning or Synchro summoning, right? I run 1 DDD King Pendragon. Basically, I can take one Fiend monster and 1 Dragon type monster from my field. Okay, and I can I think it's banish. Sorry, guys. Fiend type monster from your hand and or your side of the field. Special summon this card once per turn, so I can do it from my hand or field. That's what I usually do. Next, I also run 3 copies of Vice Dragon. Vice Dragon allows me to I can basically just special summon it, and its attack and defense are halved. I usually use Vice Dragon only for Pendragon, or to bring out an Xyz monster because it's level 5. Alright? So that's all my normal monsters. Well, non-pendulums. I'm going to show you, I'm going to go into my pendulums now, guys. I run 2 Keplers. Basically, when it's normal special summoned, I can either add a DD monster to my hand, or sorry, target 1 other DD monster I control, return it to the hand, and then I can add 1 DD Contract, Dark Contract card from my deck to my hand. So I usually do the second ability. Next, I have 2 copies of DD Savant Galilei. During either player's turn, I can discard this card, then target 1 DD or Dark Contract card I control, return it to the hand. I can only use the effect once per turn. So I have 2 copies of DD Savant Galilei, and then I have 2 copies of DD Oblivion King Ragnarok. Okay, guys, and basically his monster. I'm not going to go into too much detail with him because he has too many effects. But yeah, he can basically, I contribute 1 monster on my side of the field, and then I can bring back 1 DDD monster from my graveyard to my field. I can bring him back. Okay. Next, sorry guys. Next, I'm gonna go into the Dark Contract stuff. So the spell support. Just letting you guys know, the only spell support I have in here is the Dark Contract spell cards. I run 2 Dark Contract with the gate. Basically, during my main phase, I can add 1 DD monster from my deck to my hand. At the end of my turn, I take 1,000 damage. Sorry. Oh, sorry, no. I ran 3 of those. Sorry, guys. And then the other spell support that I have is Dark Contract with the Swamp King. I only run 2. I only run 2 because I only have 2 Oracle King Darks. Not just that, but guys, I don't see any point in running 3. It just clutters the deck, and it can be used each turn anyway. So once per turn, I can fusion summon from my hand or my field. I just send the monsters to my graveyard, and then boom. Then my next turn, I take the 1,000 damage. Okay. All right. So that's spell support. Next, I'm going to go with trap support. Okay, so all of these, all of the trap support is also DD support. So basically, it's just the Dark Contract and the DDD human resources, and the DDD contract change. Okay, so first I'm gonna I have 3 copies of Dark Contract with the Witch. And what that does is you can send 1 DD or Dark Contract card from your hand to the graveyard, then target 1 card on the field, destroy it. You can only use this effect. What's that? I'm doing a video. Sorry guys, my buddy just walked in. Effect of Dark Contract with the Witch once per turn. All Fiend-type monsters I control gain 1,000 attack during my opponent's turn only. Once per turn during the standby phase, again, I take 1,000 damage. So that's 3 copies of Dark Contract with the Witch. Next is I have 3 copies of Dark Contract with Heirs. Once per turn, if I control a DD monster, I can negate all trap cards on the field other than this card for the rest of the turn. If it leaves the field, even if it leaves the field once per turn, I take 1,000 damage. Next will be DDD contract change. Basically, if I'm attacked, I can either, and I've got 3 copies of that. Basically, when my opponent declares an attack, I can activate one of the effects. I can banish 1 triple D monster from the graveyard, and if I do the banished monster, the attacking monster loses attack equal to the banished monster's attack, or I can add 1 level 4 or lower DD pendulum monster from my deck. So not too bad. Next, I run 3 DDD resources. Basically, what that allows me to do is I can activate this on my turn or my opponent's turn as long as it's 1 turn away. I can add 3 DDD monsters back to my deck, shuffle my deck, and then add 2 cards from my deck to my hand, which is not too bad. It's really, really good. And then contract laundering, I run 3 copies of that, basically because when my my contract cards get really, really, really iffy, if I don't have a dark on my field, I essentially just contract laundering them. I gain life points equal to each Dark Contract card I destroy, and then I get to draw that many cards as well. Okay, so that's my trap support. We're just getting to the end here, guys. I don't own a lot of DDD cards. This is essentially all that I have. So right here, I have 2 copies of DDD Oracle King Dark. I'm planning on getting a 3rd sometime soon. Its effects Wicked, it stacks, which is awesome. Basically, it's a 2,800 attack and a 2,000 defense. And when I would take damage from an effect, I would gain that as life points instead. So have 5 of the different Dark Contract cards on the field, and then use that to my advantage. Have a DDD Oracle King on my standby phase. When I would take the damage from the Dark Contract cards, I would gain it instead. So 5. If I have 2 on the field, I gain 10,000 life points each turn. Next, I have 3 King Tells. I'm not going to say much about them because it's got a long list of effects. But I run 3 King Tells. You can search that up online and see what it does. But that's my deck profile, guys. Talk to you later, and I'll see you next time with another deck profile, game review, or gameplay video. See you guys later. Bye-bye.